Anyways, so the executive producer, Boss Keon, hit me up today and basically sent me these documents from all of these human rights organizations, kind of like, I guess, pushing or pressuring Andy Cohen and Bravo to denounce the government of the United Arab Emirates, Dubai, their regime over there, their government, their dictatorship. And I thought it was extremely interesting because we were just talking, I think, I don't know, like 2 days ago about Hazel. I think that was yesterday. Yeah, we were talking about Hazel and how she wants to be on Real Housewives of Dubai. And I was like, girl, it ain't gonna happen. Okay, keep dreaming big. Okay, dreams are what things are made of. How did Hillary Duff's how did Hillary Duff's song go? This is what dreams are made of. Yeah, keep dreaming, sis. Count them sheep, count them Lisa Barlow's. But we also mentioned that influencer from over there, and he was basically mad because he's like, oh my God, why would Bravo put this on TV? These women do not represent the Real Housewives of Dubai. Okay, and everybody was like, yeah, you're right, they don't, because these women can actually show their faces and they can actually drive and they can actually, y'all know the whole bit. So now these human rights organizations are kind of like boycotting the show. Y'all, they're boycotting the show. And so I wonder what Andy Cohen's response to this is going to be, because it's quite interesting. So this information comes from Freedom Forward, which I'm assuming is some sort of human rights organization. It says a coalition. I'm dead at this damn picture though of Andy Chow. It says a coalition of 12 human rights, women's rights, and peace organizations is calling on Andy Cohen and the executives behind next week's June 1st launch of the Real Housewives of Dubai to publicly oppose the violence against women and homophobic laws perpetuated by the rulers of Dubai and the United Arab Emirates. Now, y'all, every time one of my friends mentions, oh my God, we should go to Dubai, I'm always like, don't they hate gay people? That's my favorite line. Don't they hate gay people? Don't they stone you for having gay sex over there? Isn't gay sex still illegal in Dubai? Yeah, I don't know. No, I don't like it. I don't think so. Anyways, in their letter, the organizations call on Bravo, NBC, Universal, and Truly Original executives to take specific immediate steps to end their silence. Dubai is one of several mini monarchies within the UAE, an oil dictatorship in the Arabian Peninsula of the Middle East. By picking Dubai for the next Real Housewives series, Andy Cohen and Bravo TV are helping Dubai's dictator hide his human rights crimes, said Sanjeev Burry, executive director of Freedom Forward, a human rights campaign organization that has launched successful boycotts of the rulers of the UAE and Saudi Arabia. Real Housewives fans deserve to know that Dubai's ruler, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, kidnapped his own adult daughters. Oh my goodness. Sheikh Mohammed kidnapped his own adult daughters after they tried to escape his clutches. Am I saying that right? One of his daughters, Princess Shamsa, has been held captive for over 20 years and has reportedly tried to commit suicide several times. Trigger alert. Okay, if you're triggered by this, you might want to log off. If you don't want to hear about women having rights and being kidnapped, you might need to log off. The letter documents specific human rights crimes, blah, 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 that they have committed, that the country has committed or accused of being committing. It says kidnapping women, the R word that I cannot say on YouTube, the war in Yemen. The rulers of Dubai and the UAE have helped kill thousands of women and men through their war in the country of Yemen. Homophobia. The UAE criminal code includes language on on sin or indecency and sodomy that can be used to persecute gay or lesbian couples and LGBTQ communities. Child, so what do y'all want? What do y'all want? What do these people want? There are 4 key demands for Andy Cohen and the Real Housewives of Dubai executives. Number 1, they want Andy Cohen to reveal whether they were paid by the UAE dictatorship. Child, now you know. Now you know Andy Cohen and Bravo is not finna release their personal business. Okay? And apparently a lot of these television networks, they have some sort of privilege. It's called executive privilege. I don't know what it's called, but I remember when Blac Chyna went to court, the E! News Network and NBC Universal had these like special privileges to where they didn't have to show like certain documents and all of this sort of stuff. So that is Bravo's sister network. So if they're not showing a judge nothing, Bravo, they're not showing nothing either. Okay, Andy Cohen is not gonna give y'all all of his personal information about whether they're getting their money from. And we know it's not just advertisers. Anyways, they want Andy Cohen to run a human rights disclaimer before each Real Housewives of Dubai episode. Child, we'll see about that. They want Andy Cohen to donate their profits to human rights organizations focused on Dubai and UAE and teach Real Housewives fans about the human rights reality in the UAE and Dubai, including hosting a seminar at BravoCon. Now, honestly, to be honest, do I think that they're going to donate their profits to human rights organizations focused on Dubai and the UAE? No, absolutely not. They're going to keep all of their coins, all of their monies, they're going to keep. But other than that, I feel like everything else is pretty doable, if you ask me. Like, I feel like they could release whether they were paid by the dictatorship, which I don't think they would have been, but I mean, who knows? These television networks are corrupt. I feel like they could run a disclaimer about what really goes down in the United Arab Emirates. I feel like they could have a panel about what really goes down in the UAE at BravoCon. Like, I feel like these aren't crazy demands. I don't think Bravo gonna do none of that shit though. I don't think, child, they care about their bottom line. They care about that bottom dollar. They care about that money, honey. Okay, they do not care about no human rights. They barely care about black lives. Okay, it took protests and black folk being gunned down by the police and Candy Bird starting drama with Nene Leakes and the rest of the girls for them to finally give equitable opportunities for the black talent and the black producers behind the scenes. Okay, it took them George Floyd and Breonna Taylor to do a Black Lives Black Lives Matter special, a Black in America special, which then probably led them to their moral conscience, which is the reason why Mariah Huq did not file that lawsuit and she got her money, honey, right? So we know that Bravo, they're really not that upstanding morally. So will they air a disclaimer and donate money and do all this extra stuff? I don't think so. Even though I do think it would be very responsible of them to use their platform to do some of those things. I don't know. Toria said, I was shocked, Toria, girl. I was shocked that they were in Dubai because the rules for women there cannot dress like housewives do. I have been to Dubai and I had to cover up. Out in public, never would go again. So somebody in my comments, they educated me a little bit, which I already kind of knew this, but they basically confirmed it. That in the UAE, Dubai is probably the most liberal area, the most liberal city, and then, or state, because they have different states. Is it a state or is it a city? Y'all let me know. I thought it was a city. Google says it's a city, but listen, I could be wrong. And then they have other places like, what's the name of that place? It was another area that's very popular. But it's very conservative to where the women can't be having their bodies out and stuff like that. The women aren't as independent. So they say Dubai is one of the more liberal areas, so where you don't really have to cover up. Like the women have a choice, and I've seen like documentaries and interviews of them, like talking to the women of the Middle East, and a lot of them say, it's really not that bad. We choose to wear this stuff. No one's forcing us to cover up. This is what we do because it's a part of our religion and our culture and things like that. So I don't know. I don't know. But did the ruler of the nation, did he really kidnap his daughter? Is she still being held captive 20 years later? Like that's not even funny. That's a nervous laugh. But it's weird. I am speaking says at House of Aaron, Dubai is a mess and really don't like us. Now you see everyone is running over there on vacations. I'm not gonna lie, I slick kind of want to go over there too, even though they hate gay people. They require you to be extremely clean. A woman has to undergo rigorous testing for diseases and extreme bathing. I've never heard of that. Interesting. Um, Seeing Tracker D said, my brother went 15 years ago. He said it reminded him of College Park, Georgia. Everybody black but rich. Logan says, we already know that they're irresponsible over there at Bravo. That's how Jenny Wynn was able to get on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City and only took down her Facebook post after a fan said something. I kind of feel like Bravo knows. Um, I think Bravo is probably prepared for some of this backlash. Um, I think this is something that they probably thought about, right? I don't think this is something that they're totally oblivious about. This isn't something that they haven't had board meetings and had discussions about. Um, so I think they're choosing to do this show in spite of all that. They just don't care. And who knows, maybe we will have disclaimers. Maybe they are doing this show because maybe they're banking on the women on the show to kind of speak out about what happens in that part of the world. Like, you never know. You never know. It's kind of like, I don't know. I don't know. Abu Dhabi. That's what I was thinking of. Abu Dhabi. They said, is that how you pronounce it? Abu Dhabi? Yeah. They were saying Abu Dhabi is like the most conservative area, where the women can't do Nathan. Thank you so much. I am speaking for the super chat. I disagree, Aaron. I think they had no thought about this whatsoever because they've done much and gotten away. Really? I don't know. I just find that really hard to believe because obviously, in order to even go over there, this is the first international housewife show to be shot, filmed, produced by Bravo TV, for Bravo TV, right? The other international versions are for international platforms, right? So the rules are obviously different there, about filming television shows. So they would have had to take into account that country's culture and the country's laws and stuff like that, which would require research. So I don't think they just went in filming a show and just did not do no sort of digging about what the region is about and what the culture is and some of the history and stuff like that. Like, I just find that to be just unbelievable. I just do, because when I think about Dubai, the first thing I think of course, I think the luxury, but I also think you gay people. There are many homophobic laws, like the freaking letter said. So if that's the first thing I think of, I know the hundreds of people over there at Bravo was probably thinking about the unjust system over there as well. Like, I don't know. I just don't think they just went into it just nilly-willy like that. But who? I don't know. I don't know anything. I'm just a blogger.